It's the Hurry Up Offense on Football.com. My name is Aaron Morris, joined as always by Joe Jenkins and Joe Coughlin, breaking down the world of college football, which right now, folks, for first down, let's talk about where the center of the world of college football is right now, the state of Mississippi. Mississippi State and Ole Miss tied for third in the country in the Associated Press poll. Joe Jenkins, are they for real? Hurry up.
For real, yeah. Staying power, not so sure. First of all, they have to play each other at the end of the year, and who would have thought the Egg Bowl was going to have national championship implications going into this year? But I think they're both really good, but I don't see any team making it out of the SEC West without a loss, and because these two schools don't. A little bit short, but two really good teams. They proved that they were both for real last week.
Joe Coughlin, your thoughts? Do these teams have that staying power at the top of the country? Hurry up.
No, I don't think they do either. I really like the product they've put out so far. It's been fun to watch, but I think they might both lose this weekend. They got to go to A&M. Ole Miss has to go to A&M, and Mississippi State's got Auburn. I see two losses right there, and then Ole Miss might lose to Auburn later in the year. And then Auburn might lose to Alabama. So we're just gonna have a bunch of beating up in the SEC, and like Joe Jenkins said, the pedigree of Auburn and Alabama is gonna push them into the top 5, and we'll be talking about that great state of Alabama.
Yeah, the SEC is pretty much going to eat itself alive, it looks like. I think every conference, though, is eating itself alive. But look at the Pac-12, folks. I mean, my goodness, this Oregon-UCLA matchup is a battle of one-loss teams, not undefeated teams like we thought it would be. But looking at the Pac-12, who's the favorite right now? Is it Arizona? Is it someone else? Second down, Joe Jenkins, Joe Coughlin, I should say. Hurry up, sir.
I think it's still Oregon, and I'm probably saying that with a little chip on my shoulder because they've been my team for, 5 years? I've just been hoping. And I really like Marcus Mariota and his quiet, cool. I'm hoping that leads to a national championship, but, I see some beating up, and maybe Oregon just stays with that one win and can kind of guide and coast in the postseason. I'm not on UCLA like Joe Jenkins all year. I'm going to piggyback off him. I don't think they're as good as advertised, and we'll find that out this weekend.
Both those teams you mentioned, Oregon and UCLA, have offensive line problems. We might see a lot of sacks in this game. Joe Jenkins, who's the favorite in the Pac-12? Hurry up.
I would agree that it's probably Oregon at this point. Probably not Arizona, only because they have gotten so lucky. They won a game on a Hail Mary, and they did beat Oregon. They beat Oregon soundly, so that's something to be said there. But there's just still a lot of football for them left to play, and they might lose this week to USC. I think they're going to fall off. I think an interesting team to watch. I don't know that they're necessarily a favorite, but potentially a dark horse is Utah. Utah's very quietly 4-1, has the same record as everyone else in the conference. Their problem is going to be their November schedule is brutal. They play Stanford, Arizona State, Oregon, and Arizona in 4 consecutive weeks. So, if they can get past that, then they're going to win the Pac-12.
Well, no love for the leaders in the Pac-12 North, the 4-1 Cal Golden Bears. Come on, guys. Jared Goff, basketball on grass. It's fun down there in Berkeley this year. They're 4-1, and one of their wins was over Northwestern, who recently beat Wisconsin, which brings up the point that Big Ten has no quarterbacks. There's no quarterbacks in the Big Ten. Connor Cook's pretty good, okay. Barrett's very good at Ohio State, like him. Hackenberg's still a good prospect, but he's young. And after that, oh my goodness. What is up with the Big Ten quarterbacks? Joe Jenkins, third down, hurry up.
I don't think it's just quarterbacks.
Well, yeah.
Offensive line's a huge issue. But when you look at some of these guys that these schools are recruiting, I think that some of the southern athletic talent that everybody talks about from Texas and Florida and Alabama, these athletes, a lot of these kids that would, the big guys go to the local schools, but then that next tier of guys used to go to maybe a Big Ten or an ACC school or something like that. But now they have an opportunity to stay home, stay local, not go to a cold weather school that's in the middle of nowhere, and they can play for a Florida Atlantic, a Florida International, a South Alabama, North Texas, schools like that. and I think that is slowly played into the slow depleting of some of these, higher end athletes or, middle tier good athletes that the Big Ten used to get.
Where are those quarterbacks in the Big Ten, Joe Coughlin? Hurry up.
Yeah, I mean the Big Ten pride is pretty much gone. I mean, you're not keeping the top tier talents like Joe Jenkins said, and they're probably moving to Ohio State, if anything, and then out of the conference if they're in the Midwest. And then from down south, you're not getting anybody either. Even other positions, you're not getting the top tier running backs, even from the area, except maybe Wisconsin and Ohio State because they have those top tier programs. But quarterbacks, you're just not going to draw them in to an East Lansing, to an Ann Arbor, to a Bloomington, Indiana. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, and Wisconsin, their quarterback situation, one guy has the yips. The other guy was a safety last year. Yeah, he was a quarterback before at Arizona Western College and actually South Carolina before that, but he was a safety last year and now back at quarterback and can't pass the ball, and Minnesota can't pass the. It's a problem right now in the Big Ten, to say the least. They have athletes, but Michigan has a wide receiver at quarterback. That's not a quarterback. Anyway, let's go to fourth down before I lose it completely. Bowl predictions for the upcoming week in college football. Besides a Big Ten quarterback completing more than 10 passes, Joe Coughlin, your bowl prediction, sir.
I'm sticking with the Big Ten, believe it or not. I think Indiana is going to go in and beat Iowa. I think Iowa has that good D, but I don't think it's stopping Indiana's offense, which can roll up 40 points pretty quickly on you. I think they take an early lead and ride it to a win.
Yeah, Indiana led by Tevin Coleman there at running back. Joe Jenkins, your bowl prediction.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with what I hinted at before. I think Arizona may have played their Super Bowl last week against Oregon, and I think they might get caught snoozing against USC and drop a close one.
Vegas agrees. USC at last check was a 3-point favorite in that game, despite Arizona being number 10 in the country and undefeated right now. No respect on this program or in Vegas for the Wildcats of Arizona. We'll see what happens this upcoming week in college football. My name is Aaron Morrison. Thank you for tuning in, as usual, to the Hurry Up Offense.